Please be seated. My goodness, what a beautiful start. As your tradition suggests, please join me in prayer. God of every grace and healing, there have already been so many words along the way these good people have come to be here today, even many in Latin. Let us be brief and pray for just two things: attentiveness to these moments of celebration, that we might be fully present to savor this profound landmark and lives already filled with meaning and purpose. Attend. And we pray for consciousness of the consequences of assuming this identity of a healer in a time and among people that are desperate for healing, and not just of the bones and the sinew, but of all the things that make us human, of all the ties that bind. We cry for healing, and here are healers ready to give their lives to the broken world. Attentiveness, consciousness, please God, rain it down now. Amen. That was a career in jeopardizing omission, and then it was my job to introduce the president of my university in her house, President Wente.
Thank you, Reverend Gunderson. No jeopardy. Good afternoon. It is so great to be with all of you here today and to see you gathered together. We're here to celebrate the accomplishments of our newly graduating class of physicians. Take a look around, all around. This group has dedicated this chapter of their lives to learning and discovery, to acquiring the skills and knowledge necessary to serve the public through supporting healthcare and well-being. You've done it. You did it. You made it. Congratulate one another. What's more, you've completed your studies under some of the most challenging, extraordinary, and historic circumstances ever. Across your time here at Wake Forest University School of Medicine, your academic studies, your clinical training, and your personal lives have been characterized, I'll call it change, by your needing to handle the unexpected with determination and courage, with adaptability, grace, and yes, resilience. Alongside your whole profession, you were thrust into the most widespread global pandemic since the 1918-1920 influenza virus, over 100 years ago. You know this well. You also know well that it has not been easy, but ultimately, your experiences in healthcare during this pandemic, during this time, will serve you well forever in your future careers in medicine. I am confident you are ready for this next step. From here, you will enter a world and a workplace in continual need of your skills, your knowledge, and your experience. As Reverend Gunderson said, a broken world. This is a solemn calling, but it's also a deeply exciting one for those who are truly committed. We know that you can make a difference. That's why today is so especially exciting. We believe in you, and we can't wait to see everything that you accomplish. Now, as you enter this next chapter in your personal and professional lives, it's my fervent hope that you will carry the mission of Pro Humanitate with you into your workplaces and your clinical practices. The world will continue to look to you to tend its wounds, treat its ills, make new discoveries, pioneer new treatments. As your degrees are conferred, I ask you to reflect on this for the future. Be enzymatic. Seriously, okay? Be like an enzyme. I'm a biomedical scientist. I'm a biochemist. I know you all remember biochemistry, right? Yes. Okay, but here's what I mean. Enzymes are catalysts, right? They keep life going on the cellular level. They bind to other molecules. They lower the barriers to activation. And they partner with effectors in order to modulate their transformative power. And they catalyze and transform. But while they're doing that, they themselves remain undiminished. Their work is therefore sustainable. Now, as I noted, I've studied enzymes throughout my career. And as you enter practice, I hope that you will catalyze healthcare in the same ways that enzymes catalyze cellular activity. That you'll bind to your patients with empathy and kindness. That you'll lower the barriers to healthcare and well-being that exist in our society. That you'll partner with others to enhance your effectiveness. And that you'll go about your work sustainably, so as to ensure your well-being and continued leadership. Students, you have earned this moment, and we are proud of you. Remember that you will always have a home here at Wake Forest. Our stories are forever intertwined. So again, from the bottom of my heart, congratulations. And it is now my pleasure to introduce the Dean of the Wake Forest University School of Medicine, Dr. Julie Freshlog.
Thank you very much, Dr. Wente, and welcome, class of 2022. It is a joy to see all of you together, surrounded by many families, friends, in our incredible Wake Forest University School of Medicine community. We could not be more proud of you on this very special day. Over the past 4 years, as mentioned by Dr. Wente, you've had quite a journey. You've made starts, stops, U-turns, and often there wasn't a map to follow. But through it all, you never lost your way or sight of the why that brought you to medical school in the first place. As you celebrate your incredible achievement today and take your next exciting step as a physician, always keep that reason, your why, close. It will be your guide through the highs and lows and remind you of the true honor and privilege you have to serve others. I've recently read an article in Harvard Business Review about the enduring value of having contagious, positive energy and how the way we connect with those around us inspires, uplifts, and renews them, and also transforms us in the process. And together, innovation, teamwork, outcomes, care, and culture are enhanced. So I encourage you to tap into your energy and put your values into action every day with your patients and teams. I'm a surgeon myself, and I know that more than ever, our patients need hope, compassion, kindness, and empathy from us. And as our speaker, Dr. Kelsey Martin, will share today, another key success to this success is to be constantly curious. I could not agree more. Class of 2022, you are the future, and we wish you all the very best ahead. Now I'd like to recognize Craig K. Henkel, PhD, for receiving an emeritus appointment for his outstanding contributions and distinguished service to Wake Forest University School of Medicine. Dr. Henkel, please come forward to receive your citation. Wake Forest University honors Dr. Craig K. Henkel for 44 years of devoted service to the university and its School of Medicine and the Department of Neurobiology and Anatomy, for his scientific contributions to our understanding of the structure and function of the auditory system, for his collegiality, his leadership in medical education, and his outstanding teaching contributions to generations of medical and graduate students. Please join me again in congratulating Dr. Henkel and thanking him for his incredible service. Now I'm delighted to welcome our keynote speaker, Dr. Kelsey Martin, who is a neuroscientist, researcher, educator, and health equity leader. She serves as the director of the Simons Foundation Autism Research Initiative, where she leads research efforts to improve the understanding, diagnosis, and treatment of autism spectrum disorders. Dr. Martin also oversees the Simons Collaboration on the Global Brain, the Simons Collaboration on Plasticity and the Aging Brain, and the Informatics Group. Previously, Dr. Martin was Dean of the David Geffen School of Medicine at the University of California, Los Angeles, and that's where I got to know her when I was Dean at UC Davis. During her tenure from 2016 to 21, she established the Institute for Precision Health, the Department of Computational Medicine, and a master's program in genetic counseling. She also focused on fostering a more inclusive environment at the medical school. Dr. Martin received her medical degree and postdoctoral degree in molecular biophysics and biochemistry from Yale University. Her neuroscience research uses a broad range of approaches to understand how experience changes brain connectivity and long-term memories. Dr. Martin's experience in the Peace Corps inspired her to become a physician scientist. She served as a public health volunteer in what is now the Democratic Republic of the Congo and as an editor and researcher for the Journal of Public Health in Africa. Among her many accolades, Dr. Martin is a member of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences and the National Academy of Medicine. She is here today to talk about the importance of being constantly curious, a title which reflects her positive energy and passion. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Kelsey Martin.
Well, thank you so much for that kind introduction to CEO and Dean Julie Freischlag, who I consider a friend and a role model. And congratulations to the Wake Forest University School of Medicine class of 2022. Congratulations to all the decanal leaders, faculty, and staff who've contributed so much to your education, and of course, to all your friends, your family members, your loved ones who supported you throughout your time as medical students. I am so honored to be here today to celebrate this class, the class of 2022, to recognize your achievements and to really celebrate the noble path that you've chosen as soon-to-be newly minted physicians. This moment is a rite of passage for all of you, a time to reflect on what's brought you to this moment and a time to look forward. You're graduating from a medical school that courageously identifies as an organization with a culture of learning and innovation where everyone is invited to explore questions aimed at improving how we do what we do. That spirit of questioning, of being constantly curious, of being open to learning from your experiences is what I want to talk about today. You've spent the past 4 years learning about the muscles of the forearm, the difference between cholecystitis, cholelithiasis, choledocholithiasis, and cholangitis, how to pre-round, round, and run the list, all the generations of the cephalosporins, pediatric developmental milestones, vaccine schedules, and more. You've passed your preclinical years, your clinical clerkships, taken your boards. You've mastered the elements that the Licensing Committee on Medical Education, or the LCME, deems essential to medical education. You've also received your training during one of the most remarkable, challenging periods of recent history. Though not measured on any board exam, being a medical student over the past several years has undoubtedly shaped the type of doctor you are and will become. And I invite you to reflect on that today. What are the lessons you've learned from training during a pandemic that took 1 million lives in our nation, over 6 million lives globally, that upended global economies and societies, and that truly exposed the tremendous inequities that plague healthcare in the US and around the world? How did the seismic collective reckoning triggered by the Black Lives Matter movement change how you understand structural racism in health and healthcare? How does the escalating war in Ukraine impact how you view your calling as healers? 75 years ago, in 1947, Albert Camus wrote the novel The Plague, a story about a village in a fictional French Algerian city called Oran, which suffers a horrific outbreak of the bubonic plague. This book meant a lot to me as a teenager. I saw the protagonist of the book, Dr. Ryu, as the ultimate hero, someone who selflessly set out to care for those in need. In his own words, "I have no idea what's awaiting me or what will happen when this all ends. For the moment, I know this: there are sick people and they need curing." I found myself thinking about this book during the first year of the pandemic, witnessing the heroism of medical students, of interns and residents, and of all healthcare providers who, in the face of fear, nonetheless chose to care for those in need of curing. I thought about the scientists who for decades had dedicated themselves to understanding RNA viruses and developing RNA vaccines, work that really has been fundamental to the development of effective COVID-19 vaccines. That dedication and commitment to healing, whether as primary care physicians, surgeons, specialists, public healthcare leaders, healthcare leaders, administrators, or biomedical scientists, is the foundation of the heroic community of continuous learning and innovation that you're now part of. My own commitment to medicine and science came after college, when I was a Peace Corps public health volunteer in the Democratic Republic of Congo. I was posted in an isolated rural village, Bibanga, in the middle of the country, and this experience transformed my life. Bibanga could not have been further culturally, socially, linguistically, and economically from the middle-class Seattle I grew up in. I lived in a mud hut, no electricity or running water, food insecurity for half the year, and a complete lack of social services and infrastructure, from education to healthcare to transportation. Before I lived in the Congo, I had never gone hungry, never went for days without a shower, never worried I might die from an infectious disease, and most profoundly, I had never seen anyone die. With virtually no medical care and barely enough food to survive, 20% of the children died before the age of 5, mostly from infectious diseases. My initial assignment was to set up a program for severely malnourished children. I learned an important lesson in well-intentioned but uninformed intervention efforts. In trying to teach the sickest children, especially those with severe marasmus or kwashiorkor, most did not survive because of the limited resources. I had no option but to change tacks if I hoped to have any impact on the health of those I was ostensibly charged to help. Every October, our rural zone was hit with the measles epidemic, with especially high mortality in children. We set up a vaccination program for MMR, DPT, and polio, vaccinating over 30,000 children throughout the rural zone. This was an exercise in community organization. The major challenge was setting up a cold chain, which required negotiating with the village bar owners to store the vaccines in their petrol refrigerators, the only refrigerators around, usually used for storing Simba beer and palm wine. It also required public health education, educating parents that vaccines were safe and effective, a challenge we continue to face here in the United States. The following October, there were no measles and no deaths from measles. And this was a conversion experience for me. It made me profoundly aware of the power of science and medicine to improve human life. And witnessing the differences in outcomes for children in Seattle and Bibanga also made me realize that disease is simultaneously experienced in individual bodies and at the same time is inextricably bound to the social world. And COVID now makes this lesson painfully obvious. I suspect that your experience as medical students during the COVID-19 pandemic was not unlike my experience as a Peace Corps volunteer in the Congo. As disoriented and frightened as I expect you were at times, I hope you also felt inspired by the ingenuity of the medical and biomedical community, an ingenuity that I believe has its roots in courageous, indefatigable curiosity. Faced with the shortage of ventilators, clinicians and engineers developed new low-cost prototypes for mechanical ventilation. Clinical trials with collaborations across multiple institutions were initiated in record speed. Experiencing a shortage in PPE, students, staff, and faculty at medical centers across the country came together to 3D print and assemble face shields. And of course, in a remarkable example of the power of biomedical research, Moderna and Pfizer were able to leverage the decades of basic science research to develop life-saving vaccines in record time. What could be a more compelling illustration of the power of academic medicine? In The Plague, Albert Camus wrote, "What's true of all the evils in the world is true of plague as well. It helps men," and 75 years later, I'm going to take the liberty of changing men to humans. "It helps humans to rise above themselves." As physicians, you will all be called to rise above yourselves in pandemic and non-pandemic times. Learn everything you're told to learn, but more importantly, keep asking yourself questions about how to best provide the healing you're called to provide. Listen to your patients. Reflect on the care that you provide and the healthcare systems that you're part of. View medicine as an evolving field and as a field that is at its heart a practice of humanistic and scientific social justice. For me, I realized that addressing neuropsychiatric disorders and behavioral health required dedicating myself to the basic neuroscience of brain development and brain plasticity. Others of you will be drawn to questions about health disparities, about gun violence, about precision health, about regenerative medicine, cancer immunotherapy, aging, child development, maternal health, neuromodulation, and more. Regardless of the particular path that you follow, I hope that you will be full of curiosity and open to the questions that inspire and interest you the most throughout your career, and that you're compelled to address as physicians. The world, the health, and the well-being of the world needs this from all of you. President Wente and CEO and Dean Freischlag, faculty and staff of the Wake Forest University School of Medicine, it means so much to me to receive an honorary degree from your institution, to be here to address you and celebrate with you, and to be really part of an organization with a culture of learning and innovation where everyone is invited to explore questions aimed at improving how we do what we do. Thank you for this tremendous honor, for the honor of being here to celebrate you today, and congratulations to all of you.
I now invite President Wente to present the honorary degree for conferral.
Thank you, Dean Freshlog. Doctoral degrees are awarded not only for completion of a course of study and the production of original scholarship that has the potential to improve the world, but also for professional accomplishments. Today, the university honors Dr. Kelsey C. Martin, whose accomplishments and values are well aligned with those of the university. Will Dr. Kelsey C. Martin please come forward to be formally recognized? For honoring pro humanitate values with efforts that began in the Congo and continue with her work as a researcher and dean and now leading a national organization, for advancing neuroscience through groundbreaking research, and for recognizing that equity in medicine is needed from the classroom to the way it serves society, Dr. Kelsey C. Martin is recommended for the degree, honorary degree of Doctor of Science. Upon recommendation of the University Senate and with the approval of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you, Dr. Kelsey C. Martin, the degree Doctor of Science honoris causa.
I would like to introduce Dr. Raja Chatterjee. He is a professor of medicine and pediatrics and a professor of pulmonary disease, critical care medicine, sleep medicine, and clinical informatics at Wake Forest University School of Medicine. As part of his joint appointment at the Uniformed Services University, he has been the sponsor for Military Medical Student Association at our organization for 19 years. We are so proud to recognize the unique efforts of our military health professionals, scholarship students during our ceremony today.
Thank you, Dr. Freischlag. And shipmates, you know who you are. Graduating students, family, guests, thank you for allowing me to join you today, a great day. Today, all of you graduates are going to take quite an amazing, life-changing oath. You're going to commit your lives to the service of your fellow humans. Earlier today, a small group of you took an additional oath. It's the oath of office for commissioned officers. This is, for those of you who aren't in the military or aren't familiar, if you've ever watched a presidential inauguration, it's that oath that the president takes. It's the same one. These students have committed to an additional service to our country and to our national security over and above their service to our fellow humans. If I could ask you to stand, we've got Anthony Criscitello, now a lieutenant in the Navy, Ella Perrin, now a lieutenant in the Navy, Drew Recker, also a lieutenant in the Navy. Please stay standing, you guys, I see you. In the Army, we have our captains, Adele Clifford and Carolina Wadlowska. And the Air Force, also our captains, Peyton Doyle, Michael Chado, and Isaac Kolodich. Please join me in congratulating them. Thank you for the additional commitment you have made to our future. Dr. Akinola will now join us on the podium.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chitaji. Class of 2022, you have worked extremely hard over the past 4 years, and today, you are seated here in your academic regalia as a testament to that hard work. For more than 1,000 years, the cap, the flowing gown, and the elaborate ceremonial hood for those who are earning advanced college degrees have been the distinctive style of the academic regalia. Its roots lie in the oldest English-speaking institution of higher learning, the Oxford University in England, whose earliest beginnings date back to around the year 1096. Academic regalia differ depending on the kind of degree that's being conferred and the level of scholarship that's attained. The bachelor's gown, as you know, is a simple robe that covers the entire body. The master's gown has much longer closed sleeves. The doctoral robe that you have on today is the most elaborate. It has 3 velvet stripes on the arms. These stripes may be black or another color that indicates the field of study. For medicine, it is green. In addition to the doctoral robe, your academic regalia also includes a hood that's worn around the neck. The colors of the hood are determined by the field of study and the institution granting you your degree. The velvet trimming on your hood is green, signifying your doctorate degree in medicine. The lining of your hood is the official color or colors of the university granting you your degree, and for us at Wake Forest School of Medicine, it's the old gold and black. So today, we honor you, our graduates, and we continue an age-old tradition of the hooding ceremony. I want to invite to the podium Dr. Brenda Latham-Sadler, who is the Senior Associate Dean for Justice, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion for the presentation and conferring of your degree. Dr. Latham-Sadler.
Thank you, Dr. Akinola. So, for the class of 2022, as has already been stated, you've had a rough couple of years. We are so proud of your accomplishments, and I'll do my best not to mess up your name. Our thoughts are with your classmates who could not be here. Congratulations to our newly minted military officers. Today we will have assisting Dr. Frog, the class president, Sanjay Kumar Saha. One down and 130 to go. George Anthony Abdullahad. Gabriela Aguila Serra. Matthew Kendrick Arenholtz. Bedham Cooper Allen. Samuel Casey Allen. Anmar Mazen Al-Sultani. Raykan Mazen Al-Sultani. I would ask you to hold your applause till the end, but I know that won't happen. Alexander Paul Ambrosini. Masoma Sylvia Anike. Anthony Joseph Azzaloni. Zachary William Augustine. Dion Benonen. Eric Lee Barish. Blake Henderson Bentley. Catherine Grace Berline. Rachel Catherine Bordelon. Darlin Stanford Broberg. Morgan O'Neill Karn. Patrick Pierre-Jacques Carrière. Brittany Marie Cassianos. Michael Chato. Mark Jesse Chang. Ryan Andrew Chapman. Natalie Elise Signetti. Elena Alexis Clemens. Adele Marie Clifford. Weston Blake Koba. Anthony Arnold Crisatello. Deborah Brundage Cole. Kristen Ann Dodenhoff. Peyton Ray Dole. Garrett Nathaniel Durbin. Emily Sandra Fishman. Jordan, I think you need a do-over. Jordan Eugene Forte. Rohan Gowdy. Zachary Andrew German. Kevin Hans Goslin. Jessica Caroline Graham. Stanley Cleland Green. Paula Andrea Grisales. Antonius Gunawan. Jennifer Ann Hadley. George Wagdi Havzala. Colleen Fessler Hagopian. Samuel Hanna. Kristen Conroy Harmody. Peter Austin Harrell. Zachariah Charles Harris. Claudia Joanna Hartman. Richard Andrew Hesse. Thomas Cairns Hilton, Jr. Lauren Grace Himes. Lucy Winesett Howard. Matthew Lee Wren. Molly Jacobs. Matthew Patrick Jameson. Eric Johansson. Michael Kenneth Jones. Kush Davyang Joshi. Brendan Patrick Kemple. Lee Ann Klein. Isaac James Kolodich. Laura Elizabeth Lovett. Robert Paul Ledbetter. John Ashton Levi. Asher Eli Lichtig. Nicholas Charles Lynn. Kelly Ann Liu. Vanessa Ann Lucas. Emily Malamud. David Mercer Mortensen. Noah Allen Newman. Madison Nguyen. Lillian Marie Nasso. Madison Olivia Odom. Maria Olushala Onatunde. Carly Jo Papo. Anna Zamwat Tanner Patel. Get it right. Scott Christopher Palin. Ella Catherine Perrin. Christine Scott Peters. Kian Alexander Peterson. Quan Duke Min Pham. Stephanie Bao Yun Pham. Jeffrey Craig Powell. Ryan Bennett Powell. Shamit Shalish Prabhu. Megan Kate Puckett. Samuel David Ruffla. Ismael Rahim. Alexa Marie Rangecroft. Adarsh Rasuvada Rao. Shambhavi J. Rao. Hannah Lashmi Ravi. Andrew Jacob Recker. Danielle Elizabeth Ryder. Colin Michael Robbins. Brando Rotelli. Fatima Sediefa. Siba Saker. Allison Laura Sekowitz. Matthew Neil Starver. Sydney Marie Schieffer. Allison Claire Schreiber. Pooja Manesh Shah. Benjamin David Smart. Emily Teague Smith. Laura Daniela Esther Smith. Isabella Marie Palato So. Nora Lee Sokol. Patrick David South. Brandon Thomas Sowell. Emma Jane Spilstead. Lori Sinclair Stanek. Joshua Lawrence Starkey. Patrick Adam Street. Sam Forsberg Sugimoto. Tane Bhupendra Taylor. Jason Hugh Tang. Shalene Takar. Tyler James Thompson. Sharon Marin Thompson. Alexandra Marie Tolchek. Judy Chiagogia Ugowegbu. Carolina Vadalowska. Alexander Scott Weimer. Lauren Nicole West Livingston. Josiah Alexander Williams. Carl James Wold. Eva Catherine Zinoviev. Congratulations. I would like to invite the President of the Medical Alumni Association, Dr. Stanley Tennant, to come and present the oath. Now, I made another mistake. Maybe I'll have a job tomorrow. The dean has to confer the degrees.
Because we don't have it tomorrow. So it's not a mistake, it's just another change, okay? Because we're not doing it tomorrow. We better confirm today, or who knows what happens, right? So I would like President Susan Wente to please join me for the conferral of the degrees. And will the 2022 candidates for the degree Doctor of Medicine please stand? And President Wente, is with pleasure that I present them to you on behalf of the faculty of the School of Medicine for the conferral of their degree.
By virtue of the authority granted to me by the Board of Trustees and upon the recommendation of Dean Freshlog and the faculty of the School of Medicine, and upon the successful completion of all degree requirements, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Medicine. Congratulations!
So at this time, I invite all of our students to stand again, as well as all physicians with us today to please stand. In unison, we'll recite the physician's oath, which can be found in your program on the inside front cover. Now, we'll do this together. Yeah. Now, being admitted to the profession of medicine, I solemnly pledge to consecrate my life to the service of humanity. I will give respect and gratitude to my deserving teachers. I will practice medicine with conscience and dignity. The health and life of my patients will be my first consideration. I will hold in confidence all that my patient confides in me. I will maintain the honor and noble traditions of medical profession. My colleagues will be as my family. I will allow no consideration to intervene between my duties and my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will, under all circumstances, use my knowledge in the service of humanity. These promises I make freely and upon my honor. You may be seated. Congratulations on behalf of our nearly 12,000 MD and House staff alumni. I welcome you, the newest members, to the Medical Alumni Association of Wake Forest University School of Medicine. Next, I welcome Dr. Angela Sharkey, Senior Associate Dean for Undergraduate Medical Education, to the podium for closing remarks.
Congratulations to our graduates of the Wake Forest University School of Medicine class of 2022. Your educational and clinical experiences here at Wake will serve you well as you continue your journey as medical practitioners. We call it the practice of medicine for a reason. It's that lifelong curiosity that you were challenged by Dr. Martin to remember, curiosity that leads to lifelong learning, to compassion about the journey of the patient in front of you, and the desire to constantly improve yourselves, healthcare delivery, and the communities in which you live and serve, to provide better, high quality, and impactful care to all the patients whose lives you will touch along your journey in the practice of medicine. Along this journey, it's important for you also to remember to care well for yourselves, as well as to care well for each other. And I would appreciate greatly if you would now acknowledge those who have cared for you here at the Wake Forest University School of Medicine during your time in Winston-Salem and Charlotte. That is our staff. Many of them are seated here. A round of applause for them. Your beloved faculty and administration represented here on the stage. And now, perhaps most importantly, your friends and families. Congratulations to all of you. And I now would like to introduce to the podium Reverend Dr. Banks for our prayer of benediction.
Thank you, Dr. Sharkey. I'm amazed that people give preachers the mic at the end. As we go to prayer, just want to have a brief thought to share with you. Throughout this journey, remember why you chose this profession. You chose this profession because you want to make a change in the world. That change will come one patient at a time. Love and treat them as if they're your own family, because they are. They're part of the human family. If you do those things, you will indeed change your world. Let us pray. Dear Creator, we thank you for this amazing day. Be pleased to bless these students today as they graduate and venture out to change their world. Direct their hearts and minds and souls as they always seek the greater good. Give them clarity of thought, mind, and speech as they make decisions that will impact the lives of others. Help them to be light, a light of hope to all they come in contact with. Thank you for this August day of hooding and celebration. Amen.